T Radio.
Welcome, this is 5-Round MMA. My name is Alex Ramirez, alongside is my co-host, Albert Cita, and on the phone we have from the East Coast in sunny Orlando, Florida, Guillermo Cita. Gentlemen, how's it going?
Good, man. How's your Memorial Day weekend?
It's going. Fights, but, it's warm out here in SoCal, so it's nice. It's starting to feel like summer. What about you in Orlando?
I was just coming back from Clearwater.
Oh, yeah? How are the beaches compared to Southern California over there?
I like the Atlantic, because, or not the Atlantic, the Gulf, because the waves aren't as violent, and you can go more in because it's more shallow for a longer period of time, so you can actually walk in there a little bit more.
Oh, there you go. A little tip there from the difference between the beaches out here.
I love that Puerto Rican hairstyle, by the way.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Oh, wow.
And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you can follow Guillermo. You're lucky I don't know your Instagram handle, Guillermo. I'll put you on blast. With that said, though, I do like to thank all those people that started following me on Instagram. I ain't no hater. I follow back.
You still gotta post the karate photo, Guillermo.
What? I started something?
You still gotta post that karate photo of Albert in his gi.
Oh, really? Well, the thing is, I haven't revealed his full story.
And you're not going to today. With that said, let's start round number one.
Well, with today's show, we got a lot to talk about. We got Mighty Mouse and TJ might face off. A new interim championship belt will be announced in the UFC. Gegard Mousasi going full heel. JDR running away from Cyborg, and the UFC athlete retreat, if it was a good idea or not. So let's start with round number one. Sorry there. So it was announced last week that Cody Garbrandt's back and neck issues. I think they're either one. I forget which one it is.
It's mostly back.
Back issues will not be rendered healed in time for his July fight with TJ Dillashaw, and the fight is called off for UFC 213. ESPN reported this, by the way, that the fight is off and that Dana White plans to having TJ Dillashaw drop down to face Demetrious Mighty Mouse Johnson for his flyweight title sometime in late August. This is ESPN's Brett Okamoto, who has a really great podcast that he should probably change the name, I think, because I think the 5 rounds is kind of taken already.
That's been taken. And that's why, and I think he knows because he changes it just a little bit.
Yeah.
Enough for us not to get the lawyers involved.
Yeah.
Which we won't.
Anyways.
Spoiler alert, we won't sue.
Well, later on in the evening, DJ Mighty Mouse on Twitter said that, hey, you know what, I'm not going to, just so you know, I haven't heard anything about this Dillashaw fight. My plan is to fight Ray Borg, and if Dillashaw wants a title fight, he has to drop down to featherweight and get a win under his belt before he challenges for the title.
Real quick, before we continue, Guillermo, can you tell me who Ray Borg is? Can you tell me who he fought last?
Ray, I have no idea.
Exactly. Okay, with that said, go ahead and finish your point,
So,
Alex.
Does TJ Dillashaw, does Mighty Mouse Johnson need to fight TJ Dillashaw for his legacy, Guillermo? Because people are saying, if he wants to be a true champion, pound for pound, he should really take this fight and don't have TJ waste one fight in featherweight and just get the super fight over with. All right, Albert, you want to answer?
And then I'll take that question.
There you go.
To tell the truth, Mighty Mouse, I feel, is in a position to staple his legacy.
Yeah.
Like Anderson Silva did. I think those few fights he had at 205 wasn't necessarily because he had to or because it benefited him in any way, because it really didn't. If anything, it just stapled his legacy. The fact that you saw a guy that was dominating his division, went up a weight class, dominated that division on the few bouts that he had, just kind of added to that aura, that mist of Anderson Silva. And I feel like I do feel like Mighty Mouse in a way wants to be that guy. And if you want to be that guy, guess what? This is part of it. Fighting TJ Dillashaw is part of it. And he actually, again, I'm not trying to talk smack or anything, but to cut him some slack, TJ is dropping to face him. If Mighty Mouse doesn't have to go up to face him, TJ will drop to face him. And to tell the truth, if Mighty Mouse wins this bout, it just adds to his legacy and really puts him up into the same sentence as Anderson Silva. And I really do think Mighty Mouse should be very open to this bout rather than kind of resist it.
Yeah, I think that was what caught people surprised, is how no, I'm fighting Ray Borg next. Maybe it is how it was reported first. Maybe fighters don't like being the last person to know that, hey, this
they want to be the one reporting.
Yeah, maybe this is when, hey, you're planning stuff for me. I want to know about it. Not hearing it from a third-person reporter from ESPN. According to, the tweet was, Dana White says that this is going to happen. And it's kind of funny, too, Brett Okamoto didn't even tag Dana White in that report. But he tagged him on the cancellation for the Garbrandt Dillashaw bout, but he didn't tag him for the announcement of the Dillashaw Mighty Mouse bout, which maybe the reports were just too early for it to confirm anything. So who knows? But
just to like reinforce what you said, just so you know, one of the small little things that are going back and forth with Mayweather and Conor McGregor is who's going to announce the fight. Just to show you like how this really does matter.
Yeah.
They're one of the little dispute is who announces the fight and who's the one that sends it out or whatever.
Yeah.
Just to show you, so maybe Mighty Mouse does feel a little sting saying
there.
like why can't I just say who I'm facing, blah blah. I mean, just look at Michael Bisping. Right now, he really does look like the king of the middleweights because what he says happens. He said I'm gonna face
True.
GSP. All of a sudden they booked that GSP fight. I'm not gonna face Romero. He's not gonna face Joe Romero. So
I'm facing that Harrison.
Exactly, and he looks like the king in that.
Yeah,
in that
that makes
division.
sense. I think DJ needs to take this fight for DJ against TJ to solidify his legacy.
DJ against TJ
or Mighty Mouse, because
the winner of the Jays.
Yeah, because we've all said that how kind of paper thin the flyweight division is, and he's been smoking it through, since like a knife through hot butter since he got the title. So I mean, I think this will be. And he said TJ's dropping down. You're coming to me. I'm not going to you. If you want to come take my kingdom, the flyweights, you got to come to me and take it. I think it's a win-win for him. He loses. Okay, you just lost to bantamweight who was a former champion.
Yeah.
You win. You just beat the former bantamweight champion. I don't really see the losses.
Yeah. It seems like a win-win situation.
So I think maybe it's coming down to, okay, you know what? Well, let me know first what you got planned for me. Then I'll.
And again, no disrespect to the flyweight division, but the only fight I will pay for other than this TJ Dillashaw fight is to see the Ian McCall fight. But we know Ian McCall's situation. I don't even know if
he doesn't know the situation.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the only bout I would pay for flyweight now. I'll probably see that Joseph Benavidez run back, but that's about it.
That's about it. So it's it for round number. So we'll see. I think this fight will happen. I'm not so sure about as soon as October, but then who knows? What if Cody Garbrandt gets healed pretty quickly, and then this ball.
They have good German doctors.
So we'll see.
We
will see. That's it for round one. We'll come back and talk about Robert Whittaker versus Yoel Romero for the interim middleweight champion. Hope we get Gamble back on the line, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Before we start round number 2, let's talk about 5 Rounds clothing line. 5 Rounds offer a unique collection of apparel and accessories by incorporating the culture, style, and attitude of mixed martial arts. They are constantly evolving and improving to become the best sportswear company possible in the MMA world. Check out their line of t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and other great accessories at 5rounds.net. That's 5rounds.net. They're also on Twitter at 5roundswear. That's number 5roundswear, and on Instagram at 5rounds_5rounds. Get it on. Round number 2. Let's go. Robert Whittaker versus Yoel Romero has been announced for the interim middleweight championship because Michael Bisping's hurt for some reason, or he's hurt. I don't know why.
He's hurt for that pocket, and he wants to fill it up with that GSP money in October. But then is the reason.
But then GSP announced that he has an eye injury, so his fight, his return is going to be delayed. So now we have a bout to crown the true middleweight champion. I think these two guys are the best middleweights on the planet in the UFC, especially. Robert Whittaker versus Yoel Romero will take place. I think UFC 213 will jump in place for the Cody Garbrandt, TJ Dillashaw bout.
I really feel this card has just turned into a fan card. Like, if you do not really follow MMA or are a true MMA fan, you would not like this card.
Yeah.
You would think this card is actually horrendous and not worth purchasing. But to tell you the truth, those people that really are MMA fans are doing backflips over this thing. Versus Verdum and also Rory have a long track record when it comes to their career, with each one holding a win. People might think that Versus Verdum is the most recent winner, but people forget that long stretch Overeem had of winners and stuff like that. So there's some backstory on that. You got Anthony Pettis versus Jim Miller. If people don't even know who Jim Miller is, that's because you're barely a new fan to the sport. And just to let you know, Robert Whittaker is probably, other than my boy Gegard Mousasi, is the hottest guy in middleweight division right now.
Yeah. Guillermo, is this Bisping having Robert Whittaker do his dirty work for him again? He had him beat Jacare for him. Now he's going to knock out Romero for him as well?
And we lost him.
We lost Guillermo again.
So finish your own point, Alex.
I think this is very true. I was hoping Guillermo would agree with me there, but I think this is Michael Bisping. Oh, look, Guillermo, you're there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you cut up. Start your point from the beginning.
It looks like Michael Bisping's letting Robert Whittaker do his work, but regardless, I think it's a collision course for Michael Bisping to face one of these guys. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with playing chess. I mean, to be honest with you.
See, but Guillermo, that's not the thing. The thing is that Michael Bisping is not running the gauntlet, and I think all the champions that we consider to be. Like John
Albert,
Jones
if you
ran
take-
the gauntlet. Michael
If
Bisping
you
hasn't
had-
ran the gauntlet.
If you had the opportunity to avoid the gauntlet, would you avoid the gauntlet?
Well,
I mean,
that's not here nor there. Obviously, I'm gonna avoid that gauntlet, Guillermo. But I'm saying if you want to be the man, you got to run the
How are
gauntlet.
you gonna talk smack? How are you gonna talk smack?
Because
about
John
Michael
Jones
Bisping?
did it. John Jones ran the gauntlet. Cain Velasquez was trying to run the gauntlet.
GSP ran the gauntlet.
GSP ran the gauntlet. Anderson Silva ran the gauntlet when he was the champ. I mean, it just sucks for Anderson Silva. There wasn't that many people in the middleweight division, but still, true champions run the gauntlet, bro.
I think what irks people most is the fact that he's not running this gauntlet and he's acting like he is.
Yeah, exactly.
He has run the gauntlet. He's been the most consistent.
He's
middleweight
using
in the last
my
10
my
years.
oldest theory
He's
in the
been the most
book. He
active
thinks
one
if he
in
beats
10
one
years.
guy, he has beat everybody in that roster that person has
my
beat.
God.
Yeah.
Do you go check your Wikipedia? Look at everybody he's
I'm already on
even the
Wikipedia,
people he's
bro.
lost to. And to be honest with you, he doesn't need to beat both guys, Joe Romero or Robert Whittaker.
He does, though,
Solidify
if you
his
want to
UFC
run the
legacy.
gauntlet, bro.
He only needs to beat one of them.
You would never be John
it
Jones
doesn't-
level then.
It doesn't matter. He doesn't need to be. He's a UFC legend regardless.
Well,
He got-
Whoa.
Yeah. Say whichever you want. He will be a UFC Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
He's a
unfortunately.
UFC legend.
Yeah.
And
I agree with that, but that doesn't change the fact that Dan Henderson landed the biggest H-bomb I've ever seen in my life.
UFC Hall of Fame is about as prestigious as the WWE Hall of Fame.
Ask me how many H-bombs John Jones has taken.
How many H-bombs?
None. That's what I'm telling you.
Well, I think he basically had an opportunity to like literally solidify himself as one of the greatest fighters ever. He won the championship, and then boom, give me Jacare, boom, give me Romero, give me Mousasi, all in a row. You know what? And then we lost Guillermo again. But you know what I mean? But now he's just running from him.
Here,
And then
here's my biggest pet peeve. When he had Mousasi on UFC Tonight,
Yeah.
he said he kept trying to talk smack to Mousasi that he lost to Uriah. He got knocked out by Uriah Hall.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, did you see your Anderson Silva fight? You got knocked out during the fight and he got saved by the bell. I think a true champion will go back and see some of those fights that he barely skimmed the win.
Yeah.
Even that last Dan Henderson fight. As much as he wants to say it was a lot closer than he can ever say it was.
Yeah.
He almost got finished twice. And for a champion to be like, okay with that performance, I think that's the first time I ever think John Jones started rubbing me the wrong way when he started talking about the Alexander and Gustafsson fight like as if he dominated.
Yeah.
He's by the skim of his teeth. He barely won that fight, and Michael Bisping needs to keep it real. He pretty much lost to Anderson Silva. He almost lost to Dan Henderson. He's not as dominant champion as he like to say he is.
yeah, so it looks like Robert Whittaker is going to be the one
Gonna do his dirty
when all
work.
the dust settles. He's gonna be one of the best middleweights.
Call Robert Whittaker the cleanup.
Yeah, because
he's gonna clean it up right now.
Through Jacare, he's taking on Robert Whittaker. More likely, if he wins, he'll take on Mousasi next. Then you got Luke Rockhold. He's like a duck in his guy. So congratulations,
Call
Michael
him
Bisping.
the cleanup, bro.
To quote DJ Khaled, you played yourself, bro. So that's it for round number 2. Hopefully we'll get Guillermo back on the line again. We lost him going to the beautiful Florida weather, I guess. Before we do that, talk about Mobilitas Mobility Tools, the best mobility tools on the planet. Durable, portable, manufacturer release products designed with more grip to help you improve performance and recover faster. Visit yourjointshouldn'thurt.com. That's yourjointshouldn'thurt.com. They're also on Instagram at Mobilitas. Like them on Facebook, and also check out youtube.com/yourjointshouldn'thurt for great tutorials and other ways to stay healthy and fit. Speaking of Gegard Mousasi, round number 3 is all about Gegard Mousasi coming up. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back. Time for round number 3. Let's focus on the aforementioned Gegard Mousasi, who Albert thinks is...
It's so hot right now. Mousasi's so hot right now.
So he was on UFC Tonight on Wednesday and had a little banter between Michael Bisping, which is kind of fun to watch. He also had some other stuff to say about the UFC, but he was commenting about his contract disputes. He's actually not under contract with the UFC now. They're still in negotiation. He's kind of insulted. So let's quote Mousasi about the UFC. Quote, "They should pay more. I'm co-main event all the time, so it's not like people don't know me. The offer is not good. We don't like it."
They don't know, man.
And he went on to continue, if you're one of the best guys, you should get paid. Sometimes it's about nationality. Sage Northcutt, I just heard he's making $75,000 and $75,000. And the guy is what, a beginner? Don't tell me it's a fair sport. And he also said, to finish off, it has to be something to do with the rankings. If you're one of the best, you should be paid as one of the best. I'm up there, end quote. So, Guillermo, you don't think people know who he is. So, do you think Sage Northcutt should be on the same level as Gegard Mousasi in terms of pay?
In terms of pay, I mean, I think Gegard Mousasi is underpaid. I don't disagree with that. But to say that he's co-main eventing cards, and that's why, I mean, he's co-main eventing.
No, he's main eventing, homie.
Main eventing a card in Japan, main eventing a card in Brazil. I mean, tell me when he main events a pay-per-view, dude. That's the thing is, or in a legit venue. Then talk to me. The other thing too is nationality. Well, I mean, if you think about it, that has nothing to do with it either. It's just, if you're Brazilian, people are gonna pay to watch Vitor Belfort, pay to watch Anderson Silva. If you're Mexican, you're gonna pay to watch La Pantera and Cain Velasquez and all the Mexicans there. So, I mean, I don't think the nationality has anything to do with it. To be honest with you, I know he's born from Iran, but his nationality is
exactly.
Dutch.
How many Dutch fans you see lining up at UFC? Huh? How many people from Iran you see lining up to see UFC?
Well, they've had a couple of. He's been event a couple of events over in Amsterdam. So,
and I agree with that, but I think what he's trying to say is because he's almost like a samurai, a man without no home. That it's hard. It's hard for the UFC to think that they can push him.
Yeah.
Because he's not from the United States, Brazil, or like you said, Guillermo, a Hispanic like Mexico, like from Mexico. But just to show you the hypocrite that you are, Guillermo, if you look at Gegard Mousasi's lineup here, he has who's the Chris Weidman, Uriah Hall, Vitor Belfort, Dan Henderson. He has beat all those guys in recent.
So has Michael Bisping.
Exactly. So that's what I'm trying to say. If you're gonna put Michael Bisping up there, you have to put Mousasi up there as well.
Hey, but isn't this? He's going about a little different with at least the progression of when he first came. He was all respectful. I'm a fans fighter. I mean, a hardcore fans fighter. You know who I am. Even the Strikeforce, he was like demeanor was kind of like this is a job to me. People would question his passion for the sport because he was just so calm and so
so chill,
like his demeanor. But now, like slowly after I don't know if he's trying to do the Conor McGregor thing in his own way, but he's being more outspoken. He's coming across as articulate, and he's saying, "Hey, you know what? My contract's not up to suit for what I think how I'm valued or how I see myself as valued. You know what? Then if they're not going to,
and I think it's working because I always respected Mousasi. I was a Mousasi fan too. Went full heel.
Yeah.
The day he decided to go full heel, I'm all in Mousasi. Mousasi can face Machida again, and I will go for Gegard Mousasi 100%.
Yeah, he called him Machita. We'll see. I think the contract will get done. I think with them, he's too good right now to go to Bellator, and the UFC realizes that you can let a Roy Nelson get away like they did. But Mousasi, in order for you to be considered the best fight promotion on the planet, you need the best fighters on the planet.
You're about to lose the best middleweight in the planet.
So we'll see. I mean, I think this is a good thing too. I think he's also critical of the UFC athlete retreat too. When they asked him how it was, I think Bisping asked him how it was. He said, "Oh, it was cool, You have Kobe Bryant talking about investing millions upon millions of dollars, and let alone you have guys who are making $10,000 a fight just to show up. So it doesn't really make any sense. So there's a gap there between the UFC and he's just kind of highlighting the gap between UFC management and all their fighters. So
yeah, I think you guys are so hilarious because Gegard Mousasi does all this stuff, and you guys are like. Make such a big deal. Like, he's so hot. He's so hot.
Mousasi is so hot right now.
That's a quote from Albert, by the way.
I don't see any headlines regarding this contract dispute. You have Conor McGregor read a newspaper upside down, and then the whole fucking media explodes. He breaks the internet.
That's true, by the way.
Mousasi breaks my
internet. This is where we start. So when he's world famous, he knows he can point to FiveRoundMMA as those are the guys who launched the campaign for Mousasi on the front page of everything.
So hot.
Mousasi 2018, so hot right now.
So hot right now. That's it for round number 3. We're going to take a small break and come back and enter the championship rounds. Talk about what current UFC champion is running away from their opponents, other than Michael Bisping. And also go back and talk about the athlete retreat. It's a good thing to have for the fighters. But before we do that, let's talk about Rockin Green. Rockin Green is an award-winning manufacturer of eco-friendly cleaning products designed to make cleaning easier and greener. Rockin Green products are all natural ingredients made with biodegradable plant-based ingredients. Visit rockingreen.com for more information to shop all their great lines of products. They're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. That's Rockin Green. Stay clean. Championship rounds coming up next. Welcome back for the time to enter the championship rounds now. Sorry about that. For... let's say Germaine De Randamie, the UFC featherweight women's champion question mark,
Apparently.
who's been MIA since she defeated Holly Holm back in when did they fight? I don't even remember when they fought. So basically, she defeated Holly Holm, which is for sure wasn't to the plan of the UFC. So now they got a champion who's a part-time fighter, right, Albert?
Pretty much.
Germaine is a part-time fighter. A part-time fighter. Now Cyborg's back.
Even if you look at her past bouts, she was not very active.
Yeah, so Cyborg is back, healthy or not healthy, but cleared of all USADA wrongdoings. Now it's kind of pointing to all things that, hey, Germaine, let's come back now, defend your title. Let's get the most logical choice would be Cyborg. And her manager actually released a statement to MMAfighting.com. This is Germaine's manager. Quote, Germaine and her team have talked, and the position is that she will not fight Cyborg because Cyborg is a known and proven cheater. Even after so much scrutiny has been put on Cyborg, she still managed to pop for something and will always be a person of suspicion who is trying to beat the system rather than just conforming to the rules. Germaine and her team don't believe that Cyborg should be allowed to compete in the UFC at all. If that's the only fight the UFC wants, then Germaine is willing to wait and see if the UFC will strip her belt before making her next move. End quote.
Wow.
So I see this, I read it, and I just I see a duck running across. She's ducking.
Pretty much.
She's ducking.
Just so Germaine Romain knows, if you go to the official www.ufc.com website, and you click on fighter rankings, you go and click on women's featherweight, you know what pops up?
What?
No rankings available for this section. So if you're not going to fight Cris Cyborg, who are you going to fight if there's nobody else to fight? Right?
Right, Guillermo?
And I guess Guillermo's gone. just like the women's featherweight division, Guillermo's gone.
So I think this, from the beginning, this division was, I don't know why they decided to make it. It's a cluster.
Well,
since
it's all for
started.
Cyborg, and Cyborg for some reason refused to fight at the selected date that they planned it for.
So they put,
and then now it is what it is now.
You can tell they're hoping for Holly Holm to win. She didn't win.
Exactly.
Disappointed.
Yeah.
Now she's back at bantamweight. Now they got a champion who's a part-time fighter who doesn't want to fight Cyborg because.
And then now you technically all their eggs are in Holly Holm's basket.
Yeah.
If Holly Holmes loses her next fight against Beth Correia, you can't even throw the rematch out there.
Yeah.
And I think if Holly Holmes can dominate and beat Beth Correia, she could be the saving person for this division because you run that rematch back. And to tell you the truth, a lot of people had Holly Holmes winning. Not only that, they pretty much pointed out if it wasn't for those late hits, Holly Holmes would have won.
Yeah. So and then people are saying, "Oh, just have you strip her, have Cyborg face
Who?
Invicta champion," but they're under contract with Invicta right now.
And
Unless the UFC buys
let's
Invicta
not
out.
forget this lawsuit that's going on.
Yeah. So I mean, and also Bellator is actually launching their own featherweight division, so they're signing up fighters as well. I think they signed a couple Invicta fighters. So it's kind of slim pickings there for this featherweight division. Do you see them at all just getting rid of this division as total? Like, do you think just, hey, we're going to dissolve it and then just have Cyborg fighting featured bouts?
I honestly believe they're waiting for the Holly Holm fight. I think they're very, very close to like getting rid of this division. Yeah. I think after the Holly Holm fights, we'll find the actual fate of the women's featherweight division.
Because I don't think they can. Because I mean,
and what she doesn't understand either. You know who she's hurting? Women's MMA.
Yeah.
Because they always wanted to make that division between flyweight and
bantamweight.
strawweight and bantamweight.
Yeah.
And this is hurting the chances for that other division to open up because you don't have a fighting champion in this division. It makes them hesitant to open up that weight division between fly and bantamweight. Straw and bantamweight.
Yeah. I mean, you don't think that under the UFC guidelines and USADA, Cyborg would be tested stringly?
Exactly.
You know, like, it should be clean as possible.
Leave it up to the USDA or USDA.
Yeah. To test it out. I mean, she's been. It's been a disappointment that Germaine has been this way. Even with the Holly, I don't know if I want to grant Holly Holm a rematch. My hands.
Or
broken.
even you think they would have had some other featherweight bouts in the works as far as like leave the belt out of it. Just have a couple of featherweight bouts just to mix it up. maybe have a potential contender if something like this would
Yeah.
happen. But they haven't really been promoting the division as it is.
Yeah. Also, too, if it means anything, Kat Zingano's been very
Vocal
about fighting at 145. So, but she says she has nothing for the UFC at all. So we'll see if that happens or if what their plan is for the UFC. I think we lost Guillermo again. But, yeah, we'll just try and catch him again next week. So we'll see. I mean, disappointing that a champion is ducking or running away, but that's been the case for Cyborg her whole career, right? I mean, where's Gina Carano when we need her? Oh, wait, she's in movies. So we got one more round coming up. We're talking about the UFC Athlete Retreat. But before we do that, let's talk about one of our great partners at Redemption Martial Arts. Redemption Martial Arts is a nonprofit organization with the primary goal of bringing awareness to the bullying epidemic and providing people with accessible training and resources to help them combat bullying confrontations. Team RMA consists of individuals from all walks of life who share a common passion for making a difference and serving as anti-bullying activists. If you're interested in being a member of the Team RMA or want more information, please visit redemptionmartialarts.com. That's redemptionmartialarts.com. They're also on all forms of social media. Rise up against bullying. Fifth and final round coming up next. All right, welcome back. Let's talk about FightBook MMA. FightBookMMA.com is the only place you'll find real combat sports news from all over the world. A website you can trust with aggregate news from MMA, kickboxing, and boxing. They cover all the promotions, the local ones, the major promotions. They're all there on one site. Also got a great podcast section for combat sports needs. They're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. That's just bookmark it. They're FightBookMMA.com. Yeah, get all your knowledge there. So the fifth and final round. Here we go. UFC Athlete Retreat took place a couple weekends ago.
And we're still talking about it.
The major story out was
Cris Cyborg punched
a fighter? Question mark? Angela Magana.
Yeah.
Angela Magana, she refers to herself as Her Majesty. So, and I think she's never won in the UFC. So that will.
She is strictly an Invicta fighter.
No, she's a UFC fighter, but
UFC fighter.
Yeah, she was on the Tough season. We got Guillermo back here again. Guillermo, you're there. We are live, fifth and final round.
I am here.
So, Athlete Retreat. We're getting news that Cyborg, Angela Magana, who was on the Tough season for the strawweights, not a very good fighter, but she's known on social media for posting nude photos of herself or provocative photos of herself. So that's how she's known, basically. And
that's pretty.
Yeah, it's kind of desperate. I mean, she's not a very good fighter. She calls out people. Nobody takes her seriously. Until now, she's going to sue Cyborg. Video of it, even though she swung first. But that's why athlete. Is this a good idea? Get all your fighters under one roof. Like, I think they gave them like food and alcohol.
I think
Snoop Dogg performed
live.
I
think I forget which fighter it was. I even tweeted. I was like, you gave a bunch of fighters booze, put them all together, and you didn't expect one of them to throw a punch.
Yeah, and there was also a couple other incidents I think as well, other than the Cyborg Magana fight. Is this I know it's a company thing, and not every fighter went because some of them were missing. And then you had Gegard Mousasi saying it's kind of ridiculous. You have Kobe Bryant talking about, with his $1 million. Michael Strahan, the guys are multi-millionaires, talking to guys who make, less than $75,000 a year if they fight once. Talking about investing, what to do with your money and invest wise and stuff like that. Kind of almost talking down to the fighters. So I can kind of see the point of it, but it's almost like hypocritical of the UFC. Don't you guys think?
No,
I think
I like the fight.
That's so retarded of Mousasi saying that.
First of all, Mousasi didn't say that. He said about the 10 and 10.
Yeah. No, he said he had Kobe Bryant there talking about investing millions of dollars.
Yeah, that part, yeah.
When you got guys, but then they had like social media training.
I mean, like, doesn't the NFL do that? The NBA do that?
Yeah.
With rookies that don't even make like not even anything near what these guys make. The thing is, there's a potential of these guys making multi-million dollars, and hey, you know what? We made multi-million dollars. This is how not to throw your money away, type of thing.
And then,
I bet you, if anything.
Just to tell the fight.
But yes, I think it's a good idea, Albert. Relax.
Okay.
The whole round 4, but all but to yourself. I think it's a good idea because every company does it, man.
Yeah.
The only advantage UFC has is that they have money to actually get like live performance. Over here, we get like a lunch. You get the president of our company come out, say, hey.
If you're lucky, you go to Scandia. Or the LA Fair.
You get a catered
lunch. Hey, well, you need to talk to your boss. I bet you guys went to Scandia and stuff.
The government agencies. But I mean, also to the point too, like there were a couple of incidents there where fighters got into it. But I mean, you don't have to have alcohol in this thing, dude.
I guess the free alcohol maybe limited to an hour.
Yeah.
Who knows? They can get pretty drunk in an hour.
Yeah.
Anyways, but to take to other organization, there's a lot of NFL players that hate each other. and they're very physical athletes. NBA, same thing. There's players that don't like each other. It's just a matter about professionalism. Maybe in the next fighters meeting, they should have someone talk about professionalism.
Don't fight when you're at the retreat.
Yeah, how about you instead of giving away what you charge for free, save it for the pay attendees, Cyborg. And that's what I think this is the part where they forget. Sure, you fought on the street, just like I'm pretty sure Kobe Bryant used to play basketball in the streets, but guess what? Once you get paid millions of dollars, or in your case, thousands of dollars, maybe you should only do it when you're getting paid, homie.
Yep.
Like, you don't see Kobe Bryant coming out to the streets, playing and doing it for free. These are paid athletes. Do your paid athleticism when you're getting paid.
You sound like a disgruntled employee, dude.
Yeah, no, really. He wants his own.
I don't edit for free no more, bro.
He wants his own retreat for his employees. Let's switch gears. Talk about real quick. This fight took place the weekend UFC Fight Night in Stockholm, Sweden. Alexander Gustafsson it looked amazing against Glover Teixeira. It took him 5 rounds to knock him out, but he did. It was a walk-off knockout. Uppercuts galore. If you're a boxing fan, go check it out. Gustafsson, I think number one contender. Guillermo, this is a guy who said that, I lost to Jones in DC, but there were close fights. Number one contender now. Do you think a highly motivated new Gustafsson could take the championship this time?
Well, first of all, highly motivated, question mark.
He has a kid. He said himself.
Highly motivated, question mark, Alex. But is he the number one contender? Of course, because there's nobody else. Rumble Johnson is gone.
Retired.
Had Rumble Johnson been there, I bet you he wouldn't want that rubber match, or it's not a rubber match, the rematch. He wouldn't want the rematch. So I don't know if he's all there mentally. I might want to even see him do one more fight before he even gets John Jones or DC. I just want to make sure that
if it's John Jones, it's automatic, homie.
I think if it's DC, it's automatic.
They're both split decisions.
Hey, he's motivated. He just had a kid. He proposed to his girlfriend after the fight, which she said, it was a cheap pop, but it was a pop nonetheless. I think this guy is super motivated.
Alex, he's proven that he's weak-minded. Regardless if you have a kid or propose, yes, those are all motivating factors, and I said that in the last podcast. But it's proven that he's weak-minded.
How are you going to say that when he went split decision with both the current champions, John Jones and DC? It wasn't like he lost straight up.
I think it's how he
rebounded. Split decision loss, and John Jones. The only one you can say is Rumble Johnson.
He almost retired and cried in the freaking octagon after losing to Rumble Johnson.
Who hasn't cried in the octagon is a better question, Guillermo.
I don't think Mousasi's cried in the octagon.
You're right.
That's it.
And then if you think about it, Glover Teixeira, I think the real question is, where is Glover Teixeira in all this? Because if he's on a decline, maybe that really helped out Gustafsson, especially more, it's a feel-good win, but is it really Glover Teixeira in hunting for a title, or was it a declining Glover Teixeira? That's the real question.
Good. Well, I think that's a good point.
That's good questions, Alex, because then you get Albert freaking taking over the show, and then he starts talking about Mousasi being hot when he's
so hot right now. If you guys are watching the YouTube version of this, you can see Alex sweating. It's not because it's hot in here. It's because he looked up a picture of Gegard Mousasi.
Because it's hot.
It's so hot right now.
So that's it for this week's show.
Feel Mousasi's heat, bro.
Hope everyone has a great Memorial Day weekend. We'll catch you guys next week.
What's the girl's name from round 4? JDR? GDR?
Yeah, Germaine De Randamie.
Yeah. Hey, Albert, why don't you call her Michael Bisping, jerk?
Fine, I will.
Finally Guillermo got reception and the show's over. That's it for this week's show. Make sure to catch us on Twitter and Instagram. We're at FiveRoundMMA. It's FIVE Round MMA. Subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Podomatic, and YouTube. Like us on Facebook. And please visit FiveRoundMMA.com. Albert, what do you got?
I just want to thank everybody for listening.
Guillermo, take us away.
No, you won't. All right. Thanks for
listening. See you guys
Goodbye.
next week.